your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunately for you, my homebrewed tinctures will do the job. Or if you're in the mood for something a bit more electrifying, one of my air scrolls might give your system just the shock it needs.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more holes than a slice of this fine corn. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Let's see.
Well, what sort of arrows do you want? Freezing? Silver? Poison? Get to the point.
The finest veggies Sidefields ever seen.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff. Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Lonesome? Spiritless? Perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Red and orange, yellow and green. The finest veggies Sidefields ever seen.
Aim straight. Aim true. Arrows by the dozens.
Let us see if you can choose the finest green.
Stitching time, eh, my friends?
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse is more
As good as the new pennies.
fine corn.
Let's see. Sweet rose. Tomato.
I needed that.
these veins.
Now thou shalt have a taste, Avatar, of the cold, dead breath of Arrayus!
Our blood was hot with fervor!
Sweet relief.
Death is
What do you
its
think,
own
Short Hunter?
deliverance!
Shall I start shredding from the top or the bottom?
Your grave opens to welcome
I'll
you!
sing of your entrails.
No glory in this death.
Would you care to hear a little tale?
Damn me, fiend! Upon the torrents of stars, I call to burn thy body!
Getting too cold to concentrate. Fuel for Rivellon!
Back on my feet again.
Brace yourself.
As thrilling as the stage, though not half so bloody.
Missed! Does anybody else smell smoke? You die? You die? I'm in my element!
Time to consult the Necronomicon.
Foul sinner! Let all the
As good as a new penny.
Okay. Striking it rich!
User joined your
You
channel.
got 45 minutes, club.
I mean, oh yeah, I know. We're gonna get until I get knocked off.
Wait, yeah, you got 45 minutes.
Pick,
Wait,
like,
what'd you say?
games.
Why do is it Nas?
What?
Just goes does
Yeah,
not just
that's
go out and
not
just unplug it?
Ho, hero.
Don't they go to bed like super
Tis
early?
I, the Sun
It's like 10
King.
o'clock.
Holy do
I get tired early. I don't
quick
like
shove it.
staying up.
Yeah,
Well,
obviously,
you are
but I mean, I
trying to-
thought they go to
Yeah,
like,
when
they
they unplug me, I
unplug
just
you and
go
then
to
they just go to bed.
Use me.
Yeah.
Why don't you just freaking
They think
get back up and
oh.
freaking go get water? And then plug
Because
you
I
to
go to
sleep.
sleep. If I stay up past like 11, I'm tired.
That's what
I
I'm
like,
saying.
I like feeling good. I like feeling energized.
Hey,
Alright, buddy?
buddy. Hey, buddy. You wanna listen to my words?
No, I
At 8
don't.
o'clock, I just asked you if they unplug you and then they just go into their room.
What?
No. They don't. They
Well,
don't
you'll
do
have to
that.
wait your turn.
That's what I mean. I was like, I don't know if they just like sit in their room
No,
and just watch TV. or
the
something.
modem is right out there next to the TV.
Yeah, no, I know,
They
I
just
know.
sit there and they watch it.
I'll answer that. We are the sovereigns of the
you have bad grades right now?
hero.
I don't believe so.
And we
I think
thank
like
you
one
for
piece.
saving
You
us
should tell them that you're
from
going to
our
get bad
other
grades
rage.
unless
We
It
they
doesn't
are
matter.
the
It doesn't matter. If I had
crafty
straight
little
A's, they probably wouldn't give a shit. They'd
digits.
still be
Tell
on the.
Boreas that the staff can only be destroyed where it was created.
you have straight A's because we're unplugging you at 8.
Better the crackle of ember. Cover your ear. The elemental forge, hero. It's the
You know who DM'd me over Instagram?
Who?
You know Camilla, Alex Wiesner's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She DM'd me talking about her fucking dog. He's like, oh my gosh, look how cute my dog is. Can you go vote her the most adorable? And I'm like, what the fuck is this for?
Yeah, what?
And
Is she even hot? I don't know what she looks like.
I mean, she's I fucking smash. I think she's hot. She's
Hey,
super
man.
thick. It's so fucking weird. I just told her I don't really like rat dogs, just because her dog is a little chihuahua.
As good as a new penny.
She sent me like 6 messages on how she is a cute little
That is
cute
how.
dog and not a rat dog. So fucking dumb. I am insulted. She is not a
Someone's
rat,
like
she's a
considering-
fat little sausage and a
Because, like,
happy
in a
one.
press
And
conference, he
does
said
nothing
that
to you to deserve
it's
this.
funny or listening to women talk about routes, like receivers running routes, and all the feminists are like getting on him, saying that how women should be able to play football.
Playing football.
Yeah,
Why?
ouch.
Ah, gracious patron.
Hello?
I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary.
I can't
I've
hear you
just
guys,
the
huh?
potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
User disconnected from your channel.
Tomatoes?
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew and spice 'em, stir and churn.
Let's see.
Okay, I couldn't hear you guys. My audio cut out while
Alright,
we
well,
were talking.
Join
I saw your
Club
mic
if
moving.
you got
I
an
thought you
eye
were
for
screwing
farm
your mic.
potatoes.
And I was talking over you. I'm sorry. Huh? What? I don't know, man.
The excuse is more holes than the size of this fine golden bed.
I'm eating donuts from a Chinese restaurant right now.
Cheese, tomatoes.
Whoa, Angela.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Toe of snake, wing of worm, brew 'em, spice 'em, stir.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows.
Eat a big cheese on your foot with a wheel of the good stuff.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potatoes.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse is more holes than the size of this fine.
I'm serious.
Maester! We are free! And who is this? Can it be that a frail... Ah, but this is no mortal, I see. Strange, you'd take the guise of a source hunter. Boreas always did dance uncomfortably close to the dark arts. But I suppose the others of we elemental monarchs thought it better not to interfere in the affairs of his... No, like fools, we waited for his pride, his hunger for more, and we, and with us all the subjects of the realm of Fairy, do owe you our lives, Source Hunter. If, no, not if, but when, I am King Sewer of the Summer Kingdom of Caldia, brother, alongside the other elemental monarchs, to the unfortunate and insane But something changed in Boreas. He grew darker somehow. More than when our brother called the elemental seats to convene in Hyberheim. We were ecstatic. Boreas seemed again. When we arrived, however, it was not Boreas who greeted us, but a dark figure. A woman. I listened closely when I could to Boreas' doings. From what I could tell, it seems this was... She gave him us, contained, and in return he gave her access to his great star stone, and scores of imps he'd invited to Hyberheim. After that, the two parted, and I heard little more of the woman. In his fits of madness, Boreas would sometimes bellow abuse about the demon woman. I can only assume he meant the same who trapped us. It would be my sincerest honor. Take this rune. Benedict, we best be on our way then. The spring and autumn kingdoms will rule themselves, you know. May our paths cross soon, Source Hunter.
I've tried my very best, and will try and try. Sewer, you say? But that is wonderful. My faith in you as ever, well placed. At your leisure, Source Hunter. Though, for Akara's sake, we ought not to dilly-dally too long. It seems the Winter King has woven ice too rare and powerful for mere fire. I don't know how long she'll last within that ice. There must be a way.
Bum, 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 bum.
Damnation! Not even a crack!
There she is. The White Witch. Prisoner in ice.
I wonder what sorcery,
I don't know
or
how long
worse,
she'll last within that ice.
sorcery, we'll have to
Must be
use
a
to
way.
get her out.
This is your White Witch, then. And you're sure you want to free her, are you? But I am in your debt, and I would be remiss.
Gods, it's colder than a witch's teat. How very callous of Leandra to inter her only sister in a...
Ikara, you're all right? The ice.
And yet not even a frigid hell like this could induce you to put on a shirt, could it, Ahu?
That honor goes to a pair of talented source hunters, actually. If not for their efforts,
Then perhaps I ought to address my savior directly.
Well, what a motley crew we are. Isn't there somewhere a bit warmer we might discuss matters? Ah, yes, of course, of course. Do pardon me. I didn't mean to imply you were very clearly eternal beings in the guise of minor mortals. Not at all. Please, let's do... Oh, yes, I suppose I... But I hope I haven't disappointed my own hero. Am I just as white and witchy?
First things first, Source Hunter. For my freedom, I owe you every imaginable thanks. My soul had withered in this prison. Now, about the culprits. My corrupted sister. When I realized exactly where, and to whom Leandra was... But neither she nor I anticipated the Source Hunter.
I never would have imagined Leandra capable of dealing with the likes of Boreas, but she has changed into some...
My own little sister, if you can imagine it. She was always the more Her collusion with King Boreas in imprisoning me here confirms my worst fears. She is planning something far for this reason, and with a heavy heart. I must ask you, Source Hunter, I take no pleasure in the memory of that night. The thought of hurting anyone. If you've come this far, I trust you've learned that the Counselor was far from a humble civil servant. This doesn't excuse my behavior. It's a sordid story, to be perfectly frank. Two sisters, a philanderous treacherous. The sparkle in your eye belies your better nature, Source Hunter. Now I know that it is your duty to get to the heart of this. And, in truth, now that terrible night. One night, as I slept, I had a sudden revelation. No dream, but a vision. My sister Leandra and my lover Zandalor. I didn't understand, but I recognized their location. Syceel's King Crab Inn. I arrived and looked through their window, but inside, everything was wrong. Leandra had fled, and Counselor Jake stood over the wizard, a knife in his hand and hate in his eyes. As I watched, he drove the dagger deep into Zandalor's heart, and I was too late to stop him. In that moment, I broke. I saw before me not a man, not even a beast, but evil incarnate. And I used Source to slay him. On the floor lay Zandalor. In my hands, I held Jake's life force. I had sworn never to use Source, but I couldn't walk away. And so I did the unthinkable. I used the Counselor's life to save Zandalor's. He was alive, but only just. Betrayal. Murder. Source. We were all of us guilty now. If you were any other Source Hunter, I suppose you'd strike me down where I stand after that terrible admission. Fortunately for us both, you are no other Source Hunter.
I hate to extend my own. Both he and you must learn more about the darkness that has extended itself into. But unless that's a bear flailing through the threads of time, I do believe Masters.
Hunters, you've done it! Ikara is free! What we have much to discuss. Come one and all to the end of time. Ikara, now, if we're done playing hide and seek, let's not waste a jot more time. Oh, I just can't wait to pick your every synapse.
After you, Master Zigzags.
We've solved the murder and caught the culprit, yet this case feels anything but closed. Who was she to rank the life of the wizard over that of Jake? This is a cut and dry.
I wonder who awaits you in the next chamber. I wonder what they'll say.
Why is she DM me? This is fucking weird.
Tell me, oh Weaver.
Huh?
Tell her to leave you
know
alone. Ask her if her
I see
boyfriend wants
Master
her.
Zigzags has upgraded from his shabby little
No,
hut
she's
at
not.
the edge of the hour.
She is.
From the fairy dimension. Ha! Is that so? It seems I
You
have my
said you,
share
like,
to learn
hesitated,
about
so
the
I don't blame
magical
you.
world. Well, I must say,
What do you mean?
it's no small
Before,
relief to
you're like,
find myself in a safe
she's,
haven among such allies. I believe
okay.
the answer to that
I don't blame
begins
you.
centuries
Not like my
ago,
definition
when
of
your
hot.
ours was a
She's
family
Kyle
of
likes her
born
too.
sorcerers, you see. It was in our blood still.
was in her genetics,
Their
but
meekness
she
wouldn't
was
save them from the source hunters.
Okay, this is
I
pretty
am.
good.
But there is more
Huh?
to our kind than they teach at your
And
academy.
she's not like fucking
Source
green
isn't
light,
only
but-
blood
okay.
and we sorcerers are like metal
She's a
steeples.
I'll look her up on
Source
YouTube.
is drawn to us, but what so many fail to understand is that Source can be controlled. The power drunk through history have abused it. Tell me, Source Hunter, in all your hours studying the art, did you ever hear, even once, that some of us were weak and gentle? That we could be simple? No. I doubt also that they'd mention that one day this hunt of yours would birth a broken soul powerful enough to inch all of Rivellon toward oblivion. No. No, that would be going too far, and eschewing my own responsibility. I believe Leandra's long fall down did begin at They came on a quiet morning. My mother was wild with fright and commanded me to hide myself and Leandra out. We climbed high into the branches of a nearby tree, and the source hunters sauntered away, wiping their blades with pride. Two more. From that moment on, everything was different. As we trembled in that tree, our fear and our desperate, we would survive. Thrive, even, within those woods, never speaking to outsiders. Our soul forge meant Leandra's capacity was enormous. Source didn't frighten her, and she delved into that dark well with terrible regularity. My sister and I were mired in a solitary existence. Witches among the Leandra especially couldn't leave him be. He
Why does
was a
it have to
feast
send
of
us a Google
information.
Docs?
Their days were spent
Can't I
on
just freaking
charms,
save it?
hexes, and the like. At night, Leandra would wander off to practice. We were a content trio, the three of us, but base impulse would. As you know, Leandra and I
I'm
were
trying to
soul
save a video that I
forged.
sent through my
This
email.
offered
but
us
since
a
it's
window
above
into
28
one another, but it
megabytes,
was me
I
to
sent us a
whom he
Google Doc.
confessed his
Right,
love.
dang it, I don't know how to save
Those
it.
quiet evening, her heart broke the moment we announced our new attachment, and I felt the pain of it as my connection to her, our soul forge, grew weaker. It was
Here
as
we go,
though
let's look it
some
up before
third
we make
entity,
Google.
a parasite, we've a single order of business first and foremost. Leandra is gathering but first, we must learn more about Leandra's plans. Your journey must begin in the lLuculla mines, where she has been accumulating materials and manpower for a purpose as yet unknown. The way a soul forge comes with its own benefits, Source Hunter. Though our connection has weakened, I still see one vision. I had thought it was only a nightmare, but now I see it was something much worse. Leandra is collecting materials. Precisely what? Her frustrations are rivaled only by her mirth. I can see she's growing closer and closer to achieving something. I believe that our soul forge has been damaged. By what? I can only guess. What she needs is a hand. My hand, out of this abyss. If I cannot condone the terrible things she's done, but I can seek to understand them. What's more, I sense a terrible force bearing down upon the bond between us. It is hungry, and it can. If I could only repair the forge, I'm certain the way may be treacherous, but you must get inside. I fear my
How might I serve our mission? Leandra. She desires to be though they be baptized in blood, you can cleanse the Starstones still, and use them to thwart.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome. I have seen the void, and it haunts me. Follows my vision like a
Wait, did you really think I was just about to eat a bowl of cereal?
Stop.
Honestly,
Don't judge a book by its cover. Call it felony. You really thought I was about to put on this shirt? Don't judge a book by its cover. Why was that? That was an actual thing that actually kind of makes me angry.
Pretty popular thing.
Yeah, there's a new Don't Judge Me challenge. That's like, I'm so glad that my parents kept me away from Instagram. They didn't do retarded stuff like that.
I got it. What, my seventh grade. The only the cringiest thing I ever did was post a picture of my cat.
I feel that right there.
Legs and run away? Ah,
You. So, let me get this straight. There are insidious sorcerers running about town that turned a council ambassador into a zombie by Belagar's nebbers. Sounds like a fantasy tale mothers tell their children before. Anyway, be these truths, half-truths, or outright lies, it seems to me your business in Seal is concluded. Don't let the undead hit you on the way out.
let niggas know that if they fuck with big and heavy, you'll get up in that ass like a witch.
I don't like the new iOS.
It's alright.
I don't like it. It keeps crashing my shit.
What do you say, your knightship?
Like my
Will
music.
you escort us?
And it
It
always
would be a
crashes my
godsend
my
indeed if poor
Infinity
old
Blade.
Alfie could be healed.
Because like I guess like
but
it has,
even then would be in doubt.
like,
I'm
when I
glad you've
try to
agreed
stop
Alfie
the
needs to be
music,
saved before we can
when,
depart. Please leave
when,
no
like doing like the you know like the pull-up screen.
Oh, will
when I
we
try to
ever
stop
reach
it there,
Silverglen?
and then I go
It's
back into
heating
Infinity
up.
Blade and play it. It won't play. Like I need to exit out of Infinity Blade to actually start using it.
Do you have the most updated one? There's the updated.
Yeah, I just updated it last night.
Well, I don't know.
I don't like it.
Obviously, it's gonna get fixed.
How do you know, huh? How do you
How
know?
do I
you
know?
can't just think that.
Yeah. Okay. I guess not, because people definitely won't complain about it.
It's not like you're gonna get a new phone because your music is crashing. So why do they give a shit?
What do you mean? They're gonna update the iOS. Why wouldn't they?
Why would they?
Why would they?
Why? Why would they? Please, Socrative question, why?
Socrative? Bro. Socrative.org.
Why?
Why? Because Apple actually has strong value, like,
yeah,
their
do they?
firmware.
Yeah, do they?
Not the
How do you know?
customers, they actually care about their firmware and stuff, right?
Yeah. So their firmware. This is firmware, brother.
Whatever it's called, their freaking... whatchamacallit. What's it called?
Software?
Not software.
I'll
There's
make
another
short
word.
work of this scam.
Anyways, it will update iOS, then it wouldn't crash. Because I guarantee this happened before, and guess what? It got fixed because it wasn't crashing your Infinity Blade before. It's just bugs, by the way. Bugs, by the way.
Stick of time, hey, my friends?
I can only hope this might be a magpie's
You need
nest.
to get out my face
I needed that.
before I get angry, dude. You won't like it when I'm angry. I tried to watch Matrix, The Matrix, and I got bored. I couldn't watch it.
I didn't really like the movie.
Everybody
I can only
said
hope
something.
this might be a magpie's nest.
I wasn't really.
Keanu Reeves is actually really bad at acting. Or back then he was.
Hey, you think Keanu alone?
In the new movie, he's in it really good.
Armor stronger than steel, yet lighter than air.
You guys should watch it, man. That's a good movie.
Come, spin your web for me.
I strike from the soul of air.
God, I get so fucking triggered at this fake news.
Is it fake news?
I believe so.
Why? Why? That's even if it isn't. It's that I don't understand. They're trying to pass a bill that like evokes